Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here, and welcome to a video about selling out. Let's talk about it. Recently, I did a video about Mass Effect Andromeda, and it is probably the most thumbs down video I've ever done. Now, it's not like all thumbs down. It's mostly positive. I think it's like a quarter thumbs down. This is a video for people who don't understand how I do content on the channel. You notice there's not a lot of negative content on here, and that's because I get bored really fast with the games that I play. If it's not entertaining, if it's not good, it doesn't have a place on the channel. It doesn't get airtime. I'm not a reviewer. I've done one review. I'm about to say I never have done a review, but I've actually done one review. You know what? Let's look. Let's look right now. I've done one review, and I think it's not even on this channel. And I realize that I hate them. I hate doing reviews. What was it called? It was that XCOM shooter. Yeah. So there's a copy of it on my channel, and then there's a version of it over on TGN where it originally released. Now, that was my only review, The Bureau. And I felt like if I'm gonna do a review, I've got to beat the game. Obviously, you've got to beat it fast because, you know, you've got to get it out. I'm gonna beat the game. I'm gonna talk about all the things from everybody's perspective, right? People who are really into, like, is it technically perfect? And I did, and I was proud that I got the review out, but I absolutely hated the process. I was rushed to play a game. It killed the enjoyment of the game to do it. The game did have bugs, but me personally, I don't give a shit about the bugs. Like, it had this one bug where it, like, inverted people's faces. I think that was the Bureau. It had this weird bug where, yeah, it would invert people's faces, and I was just like, well, you know, it happened in a couple cutscenes. I don't really care, but from the perspective of another person who might actually care about this stuff, they need to know about it. And then I had to give it some arbitrary score of, it wasn't a number one, it was stars or whatever. It doesn't matter what you use either. I'm not a reviewer. I play a game, and if I like it, I make content on it. If I don't, my ADHD kicks in, and I'm off to the next project. I mean, you guys have probably seen how I'm like kind of meander through games all the time. That's just the kind of gamer that I am. I found myself playing Mass Effect 3 this week for 3 days in a row. Poor Wasted was up till 5 a.m. playing with me two nights, at least 2 nights, maybe even 3. We were up really late though. So I'm having a ton of fun, and I get an email from EA that says, hey Shaq, do you want to do, you've already done a video on it, which was the Pally Time video where we were playing at co-op. It was one of the first matches that I had done so far. And I was like, that's when the bug bit me that I enjoyed it so much. They said, hey, you want to do another video and we'll pay you? And I was like, I got bills to pay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do it. I'm enjoying your game. Why not talk about why I enjoy it? And the requirements for doing the video were like, don't advertise other people's games in the video that we're paying for. Okay, that makes total sense. And basically, you know, talk about gameplay, talk about the character creator. Like, I had the option to do just about anything that I wanted to do, except for, like, don't do a bugs montage because, you know, we're paying for this. We don't want that. Okay, that's my requirements. So what am I gonna do? I could have just done a gameplay video. I could have done a highlight reel. Instead, I said, you know what? Let me do a video on why I like the multiplayer so other people might see why the multiplayer is fun. And for this, I got called a sellout, and my opinion's been bought because they have some magic window into my brain. Like, how do you know what my opinion is of a game? Does it skew my opinion? No, because I was already playing it 3 days straight. I don't give a shit what people say about, oh, money's gonna change your opinion, Shaq. It didn't change my opinion the 3 days I've been playing it. And my level 14 fucking soldier that's got hours and hours invested on him. And then my infiltrator, right? Like, come on. My sentinel that I'm starting to build up now. It's like, why is it, how did gaming get so negative? I'm not used to it on my channel. This is something fairly new to me because the community's always been really positive. And there's a lot of people that got a lot of hate for EA, and there's a ton of reasons. The thumbs down don't bother me. It's the people telling me what my opinion is and that they know for sure that my opinion's been bought. For the content on my channel, like, how do I choose the videos, or more importantly, the sponsorships that go out on my channel? Because, you know, I don't do a lot of negative content on here. And that's not because I'm afraid to post things that I don't like. I've done it in the past. It's that games that I don't enjoy don't hold my attention long enough to get content made on them. If I'm not interested in them during the run-up, I don't make any pre-release content. I have really kind of gotten away from doing that as well. But like Eternal Crusade is a good example, right? There's a video that ended up being very negative at the end of it. It was a live stream though. So, and it wasn't good. And they were selling it for 60 bucks. And you actually watched like my slow decline of enjoyment of that game. And you can see in that video, like I'd never go back to that. And that's what happens with content on the channel. I try it out. I do a lot of first impressions. And if they're really positive and I want to play more, that's when I start making a video for it because I'm enjoying it and I want to share it with you guys. Why advertise a bad game that I don't want to play? Why am I going to continue to subject myself to that and you guys to that? So there you go. Unless, I guess the one time that I'll make a video that is negative and says, you know, don't stay away from this is if it's a franchise that I know is going to get a lot of focus. And for all those guys that are like, well, Mass Effect's a franchise and they're just going to keep doing this horrible stuff if you keep sending them money. One, people are going to keep buying Mass Effect titles because A, it's the only AAA sci-fi RPG. Whether or not you like the mechanics or the gameplay or the story or you hate EA because of the ending of Mass Effect 3, it is the only option when it comes to a AAA RPG with that kind of storytelling. Nobody else is doing it. I mean, imagine those people making that game. They spent last couple of years, and they're told their game is shit because people don't like the animations. Okay, well, what about all the other aspects of the game that are fun? Why should I not buy a game I know I will enjoy? Because I love the idea of exploration, I love sci-fi, and I love RPGs, and I like their writing style. Because I'm a sellout? Whatever. That's just dumb. That is the dumbs. Anyways, this has been a rant talking about selling out. I hope I've opened up some people's eyes about like how content gets on the channel. If I'm enjoying it, if I enjoy a game, I make content on it. If I don't, I don't. That goes with sponsorships as well. Oh, my throat's messed up. All right, guys. Well, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. I'm interested to hear, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, everybody.